Welcome into today's episode. It is a Friday, December 9th, and it looks like I'm clearing levels here, and I'm still continuing to clear levels. In this video, I'm going to show you my wins, and I'm going to go over my whole plan, where I'm at right now in the plan for binary options trading, and I'm going to just have a little recap of the overall week for those of you following. If you like this channel, you like what I'm doing here, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, like this video. Actually, it will help. I don't know why, but today was kind of strange. I kept going after I won, and I think that's why I should have just stopped. Not necessarily, that I have to stop, but that's generally my rule. Yesterday's video in my live stream, I talked about like 5 different rules that I broke, and I actually ended up going to a pretty deep trade, and it was just a bad session. Today is a better session, much better session, and the total balance that I'm at now is 987.84. So if I do what I did here, 987.84, I'm going to put this in my chart, 987.84, and then I'm going to see what my trading balance would be, 787. So I'm going to go see what level I'm at right now. 787. Okay, so I'm somewhere in between. I cleared this level, and I'm in between this level. So 787, halfway into this level. Okay, so today I started with 952 and ended with 987. So 952 ended with 987. So $35 profit. Pretty good actually, because today's profit was supposed to be a total of $28. So like I said, I just went a little bit too far. I probably should have stopped, and I stayed on the same chart a little bit too long, which is not necessarily the best idea, but it worked out today. I drew a lot of lines. I did a lot of analysis, so it worked out today. So today I had a loss, and then I had a win, win, win. So I was feeling pretty good. And then I had a loss, which was a 1-minute trend surf, and then I had a win, and then I had a loss and a loss and a win, which was another 1-minute trend surf. I was just trading in between these lines today, in between these little. The chart was moving very slow. It was OddCAD, and it was moving pretty slow, and I was trading kind of in between the. It was kind of consolidating as it was moving down. And then I had 3 losses and a win. So. But this last win was the narrowest win I've ever seen. I mean, I thought I'd lost the trade. I pretty much was on to another. I was pretty much on to putting another martingale trade in when I won it. I mean, I was literally typing in my martingale trade. I don't know how I won this trade, so I'm going to watch this back with you right now. It had 21 seconds left, and you can see my line is right here. Okay, it's right there where that says $52, and I'm going to hit play for 20 seconds. I'm going to look at this. Hopefully it doesn't cover it up when I go to change my amount, because I went to change my amount because I thought I'm definitely going to lose this trade. I just thought, there's 10 seconds left. Look at it. I mean, look at it. It's 10 seconds. I went to change my trade, and it just pushed right up in, and in 1 second it just won. And I was like, what? I was blown away, really. And I think maybe I wasn't losing it as bad as I thought I was. I think I was. I think I was losing it as bad as I thought I was. I really felt like I had made the wrong decision. And in 1 minute, even here in 1 minute, let's back up just a little bit. In 5 seconds, see, with a minute left, we'll just watch this trade play out. If we go to the beginning of this trade, which would be the best way to make it play out for 3 minutes, we'll talk. I really think this chart is going to go up. It's been sitting on this massive line right here. This is a massive line, and it's been bouncing. So I'm in this time frame here. I'm thinking it's finally going to go up. So I took a longer trade. I took a 3-minute trade because I think it's already been down there. It's bounced, and the analysis that I'm doing here, it's a little bit discombobulated because it's not exactly how I do it all the time. But I'm at a white line, so that's the other reason I thought this was interesting, because it went up, it hit the white line in the 1 minute, then it bounced back down, okay, and then it went back up, and I think it's going to break the white line, but I don't know how long it's going to take. So I went ahead and took a call for 3 minutes, because if I take a 1 minute call, you know, who knows? It might bounce pressure here, but it tells me in every indicator it wants to break the white line. It's also been down to this massive level of support that it wants to get away from. So I'm like, you know, it's probably going to return. It's going to be a reversal. It's going to turn. And just for fun, let's go look at pocket option at OddCAD. Let's go see where it is now. Because I left my line on here. See, and it did. It was what it's doing. It's moving really slow. It hit this line down here, went up, hit there, went up, hit the white line, but it didn't right away go through the white line. It just kind of played with the white line. I hardly ever, or never, should I say, trade with the white line. I never trade on the white line. If I'm trading on the white line, it's a rejection trade. It would have been up here. But this was a longer thought process for me, because when I see this, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's the white line in the 1 minute, but in the 3 minute, it's heading towards the white line, and I think it is, and now it's at the white line of the 3 minute. Which, if you look in the 5 minute, it's like, okay, so it's gonna mess around maybe, and I still think from here you could take a longer trade up. You could take a call here for like 15 minutes, and it would probably win, because it might bounce around here, but it wants to go back up. Is it going to break through the white line of the 1 minute or 3 minute? Probably not, though. So this just could be a dangerous call based in the 3 minute candles, because it could go down here and touch this again, which I tend to think that's what it will do. So anyway, back to my video. So this was my trading session that just ended just now. So I can go back to the live chart, which is kind of cool, and see where it's going, because this chart I was on this chart for so long this morning that at this point I just thought it's going to go up. It's going to break the white line. So I took a long 3 minute call here based on, you know, the 1 minute candles are crossed over. I mean, the stochastic. I look at the 3 minute, it makes me nervous, but the MACD is heading up and the RSI is going back up. The stochastic kind of is just arcing. I'm not sure. So I think I'm going to lose this trade at this point. I look at it, I'm like thinking for sure, this is not good. You know, like it's just too slow. It's moving too slow. And I was mostly right about that once I took the trade. I was like, ooh, maybe it is going to break. And I mean, anytime this pressure could just go crazy. And I was like, okay, so 2 minutes in, I'm thinking pretty good trade. And then I'm like, oh no, it's going to bounce around. I'm trying to find out what kind of lines I'm in between here. And I don't see much, you know, I see a line there, I see a line there. See, I traded through all of this today, and I did a lot of line drawing. Yesterday, I just went crazy and just started trading with almost no lines, and I was just kind of going by feel. But today, I was just drawing lines and playing pressure between the lines. So we're 2 minutes into this trade, and I'm thinking, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of consolidating, and there it's back in the money. So I was kind of getting a little happy. Okay, so now is it going to break up? But it just kept wanting to return. I do think it's going to head up here. At some point, it's going to go right up there. And I was right over the long term. But this trade was very scary. My position was right on the white line. Was I going to take a call on the white line? I should have taken it down in here where that red candle is right here. I should have taken it, you know, when it started to retract a little bit. But I'm looking at the longer signals, like the 3 minute and the 5 minute, thinking, is this going up? So look at this. I'm thinking I've lost this for sure. And then it does that, and I'm like, oh man, I'm toast. I'm toast. It's rejecting, and I mean, it's insane. This is insane that I actually won this trade. I guess overall in the long term, I was right that it was going to break the white line in the 1 minute, but kind of a gamble, and it was a third trade. So 1, 2, 3. No, this was a fourth trade. This was a fourth trade, a $52 trade. It was kind of a gamble, really. And I'll just let this play out. We got 30 seconds. I'm like, yeah, this is totally lost. I'm in 1 minute. For sure it's rejecting. I don't see how this turned around. So this just the game that you play sometimes. You know, it could have gone the other way where it could have just been a huge win. On the white line is very much a gamble. It's very much a 50-50, I think. I'm like 10 seconds in and I'm still losing. I switched to 3 minutes and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna lose. I changed my thing and it just got a massive push up, and I didn't even realize I won until I won. And I was like very happy, and I quit for the session for the day. That was going to be my last trade. If we look at that, it's 8:52. If we look at that 8:52 moment here, in the 1 minute chart. On this, we'll go back to 852. That's when it blew above here. Yeah, that's when it blew above. It went way down, and then it blew way above. Then it went pushed back down to my line. It was very close. Then it started to climb and kept going. So I mean, I was kind of right on the direction of this chart. Thank God I won that, though. That was good because I was doing very well today. And then I kind of kept going, and then I got myself into that little scenario where it's like, that wasn't the best. That wasn't the best call. Why call on a white line? I think I just should have got off the chart in general, because once I'm kind of confused on a chart. But let's look at my first loss here for today. We'll go ahead and analyze the first loss of the day. I'm drawing lines. Like I said, that was one of my rules that I was breaking. I'm drawing some lines. I see this is a pretty heavy line right here. It kind of hit there, and then it's kind of going down. The problem with this here is that it's sort of retracting now. I guess this was about an hour trading session that I did today. It was kind of retracting, so let's see what I did. Let's go ahead and fast forward some of this and see what I did. It's going down, going down. I'm waiting. Today I'm being patient. I'm looking at this chart and I'm thinking, okay, it is a downtrend, and it got up to this line that I had drawn, and so I took a 3-minute put. Now, this is kind of what this chart did to me today. I think I will lose this put, according to my notes. Yeah, it kind of just was consolidating, and it had multiple lines. Okay, it looks like, actually, it looks like I won that. Did I win this one? Let's see. I think I lost it, but maybe I won this one. Oh, that's right. I did. I won that one because I'd started on a win and a win. Okay, so that was good. I was feeling good. It was a close win, but you see, I got it on that line, and that's what mattered, because it hit that line. I knew it hit that line up here, and even though kind of messed around, I still won it because that line was important. So these lines, internal pressure lines, are kind of important to me now, and so I'm taking trades. I'm trying to take trades on those lines. So then this one is, let's see what happens on this one as well. It's going to be another win, and this was kind of a down push. And again, I got this on an upward. I got this entry here when it lifted up. So I think it's going to go down. I think it's going to break the RSI. And I took this trade here because it starts to retract. And I'm thinking, now this is a weird place to take it, I know, because I wasn't on a line. But I'm looking for it to go to this line. And so it's kind of queuing in on the pullback. And I was kind of thinking, well, this overall is going to go down. Because if you look at the 1 minute, it's kind of flat, but I mean, it's definitely wanting to go down. I'm banking on it going down to that green line is basically what I'm doing here. And then, so that was a little bit of I took a 2-minute trade because I think, okay, it's going slow, but it wants to go down to that line. And it's a little crazy, but still I think a good idea. So let's fast forward here a little bit. We got 30, 20 seconds, and look at that. It's going to be a big win. I was right. That paid off. It broke that red line, or that pink line, and I thought, this is great. So I put a 1-minute trend surf. This is the one that I lost. I was like, let me just take this 1-minute trend surf because I think it's going to keep going. I thought I had my down pressure with me, and so this trade won here, but then this trade is, obviously it's going to lose. And I didn't do anything else after that. I could have probably, oh, it looks like I did. Let's see. So I took my next trade. Okay, so I lost that trade. It was up high. I think it was on the ceiling. And you see how it got to the ceiling? Man, I got too early entry on that because it got to the ceiling, which is, I'm calling this pink line the ceiling. I should have taken my put right here. Now this put is going to win, but I think, I should have taken it when it hit that ceiling. It was a perfect position. But I have to look at different time frames, and I have to think, and I'm like, oh, it's going up there. And I have to change my trade and all that. So this moves slowly and nicely down until, it wins down here. This is a good one right here. So, and I'm kind of looking and thinking to myself, now I'm doing pretty good on this chart. I'm reading it pretty well, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. But the problem is it gets down to this bottom line. This bottom line becomes my becomes the point where I'm just not sure. Like it didn't want to get down to that bottom line. Okay, so I won that trade, and now I think it's turnaround. So I take a call on this one, and let's see if it wins or loses. I think, yeah, it loses. I think it's going to turn around. It doesn't turn around. So I lost that one. And then, I go in here and I place another one. I'm pretty sure I place another trade. I'm looking at it. It's going down. Man, I think it's going to go down from here. See, I'm starting to goof on this chart because now I'm thinking, okay, it's finally going to go down to this line. It's above this ceiling. So I took one of those trades and I took it for 4 minutes because I thought, well, surely it's gonna head down. It really surprised me. This trade really surprised me. Look how much pullback we have. And then it did. It got down in there with 133. It got down there and it started consolidating again. So this just kind of I'm off on the reading of this chart now. So I mean I lose that trade by a pretty good amount. Had I taken it on the ceiling though, I would have won. Well, let's see what I won. See this blue ceiling? Yeah. Had I just waited till it got to the ceiling, taken a trade. It almost won though. I mean, it still almost was going down. Had I waited till it got to this blue ceiling again and taken another trade, it would have won. Now I get nervous. I get weird. I get nervous. I'm on a $25 trade now. What is it going to do down here? I really think it's going to turn around. If you look at the chart overall, this is a massive line. I mean, it hit it like I think I zoomed out on it. But it just doesn't ever turn around fast enough. Keeps kind of going back down to that line. And in fact, it hits that line and then it keeps going down, So I take my $25 trade on this, a little below the line. Again, not a great position. I think I'm just kind of chasing the pressure. But I think that win? That wins. Okay, so it does. It goes down below the line. And this is actually probably one of my favorite positional trades for the day. I'm waiting for it to hit this green line. I'm waiting for it to go down. Finally, it does. I'm going to see why I got in late. Because I was waiting because it's starting. It's really not wanting to push down, and it's like, oh, it might go up. Right here, I'm unsure, but I'm really thinking this is going to push down. The 1 minute stochastic, see, so then it starts pushing down. I'm like, okay. I think I waited for it to retract a little bit. I think I see it push, it broke. I waited for a retraction. I see a little bit of down pressure. I changed it to a 1 minute trade because I'm like, okay, this is gonna go. This doesn't need 2 or 3 minutes to go. This is gonna go now. So I'm just waiting. Now I'm waiting for it to kind of pull back. I'm waiting for the pullback. There's the pullback, and then I take it. That's why I got a little under the line because I was really waiting for confirmation. And this feels dangerous because it could have just been a pullback and it could have just went up from here. So pretty sure I win this trend surf, and then I'll proceed to go into 3 losses straight after this. So this trend surf is a win. It's just at the bottom, and it just has a feeling of down pressure. It kind of looks like a small win, but when I zoom out on this chart, like in the 3 minute and the 5 minute, there are some little dojis, and so this chart was probably not my favorite. It wasn't moving quite with as much, it wasn't moving very nice. It was just kind of going, but it wasn't like really going. I don't know. It was okay. It was all right. This is a win, so what can I say? That was a good win. And that was exactly what I thought it was going to do. It hit the bottom line, and it broke the bottom line hard. So I probably should have got off this chart now, but I'm thinking, ooh, it's going to go, it's going to go. So now I start taking puts, okay? Because I think it's going to go, but it isn't really going to. Well, let's see. This one. Okay, so that was another win. Yeah, I think I must have forgot to write down a win, okay? And I'm thinking I'm going to trend surf now, so probably going to take another put here. See, that was a good position. It reached up to the green line, and I took my position, but the problem is was it too long? I took a long trade that time. Really too long. If you can see, I was in the money almost the whole time. I think it was a 3-minute trade, you know. Let's go back here and look. Yeah. Took a 3-minute. I should have just taken a 1 minute, just let it do its thing. But I thought, okay, it's lifted up. Overall, it's going to break this line, but you know, it doesn't matter because it was under my line forever. I could have won, and then it went up right here. Now let's see, it barely lost because I just got a crap position, and then it broke up. You know, it like wanted to go down to my line. 5 seconds left. It's like, oh man, if I just would have been under that blue line, see how important that was. If I would have been just under that blue line in the right space, if I just would have waited a little bit. And I think I'm going to make my lines a little thinner. I was making them thicker for this video, but I can't see them now. So now it's going to start going up, and now it's going to hit the white line. I knew what was happening right here, and I didn't take a trade, and I should have, but I was trying to be careful. I was like, oh man, this is going to the white line, and it had a lot of up pressure. I should have just taken a call right here, and if I would have, then I would have won because it went way up, and then it went over, and so then I think let's see, I went took a trade here. I lost this one, I think. Just kind of looking at my losses now. So I think it's going up through the white line, but it retracted. I should have taken it down here. I already had it down here. I knew what it was doing, and I kind of missed that pressure. And then, okay, so I think it's going to go up now again. Now this is me pushing a chart, and this is exactly what it should not do, is push, because I think it's at a line, it's at a time of its life where it's sort of deciding, am I going to go up, am I going to go down? I'm at the white line. So for me to push on this, pretty dangerous right here. Of course, this is how I won my final trade today, but still, this could have gone up, but it could have just gone down. And it really should have gone down because it's pretty much in a downtrend. The only problem we have is this big line that it got to, you know. So it got to that big line, and that's the only thing. That's the only reason I thought it was heading up, but it didn't. It headed straight back down, straight back down through the line again. But then it started going back up again. Okay, so then it started going back up, and then I was like, okay, $52. Let's see, let's get this one in there. And I think this is that trade that I barely won from the beginning of the video, and I barely won this trade. And then I'll call this a day because it didn't play out. It was crazy. That was crazy. That was crazy that it won. But really, what's more crazy is I was on that chart too long. I should have got off that chart after a couple losses, after it hit the bottom and then started going up and down. It starts doing that, then you're in a moment of indecision. And if I don't want to sit here for half an hour just watching that indecision, I can just find a chart that's in a different place in its life, one that's already bounced off the bottom and is heading up and stepping up nicely. I can find charts like that all day. In fact, when I went to the next chart on NZD, I noticed it had broke the white line in the RSI. It was heading down, and it had like 13 red candles. I could have seen that coming and got on it. So I think part of this is like I was kind of invested in my lines and thinking, ooh, all my lines and everything. But the chart was really, well, let's look at where it went. It's OddCAD. So yeah, look at this, how crazy this is. Now this is probably a great time to trade. The RSI broke through. And you see, and this is what happened. It took about 20 or 30 more minutes. It hit the line down here. It finally went up, went up, went up. I won a trade here on the white line. It scooped up, and then it started to go down. And when it went down, right around here, it crossed over this line hardcore. The RSI in the 1 minute broke through, and I could have. This is a trend surf opportunity right here. This is a massive trend surfing opportunity right here. I mean, now these are small candles, but the thing is they're retracting, going down, retracting, going down. The white line is going down. Let's see where the 3 minute line is. Yeah, the 3 minute line is heading down. There was a double cross here. That's the thing. The double cross in the MACD happened here, broke right through its big line of support and resistance. And if you look back, I can go to the 5 minute time frame and show this is actually what we were looking at from earlier. Now this is down below. It's at a second level line right now. It's right down here. I mean, you know, so we don't know if this is going to bounce. It could bounce here. It's likely going to bounce there. But then if it breaks that line, whoo, going back downtown. I don't think it will, though. I think this chart looks too bouncy, uppy, downy, uppy, downy, uppy. I think it's going to hit this. It's going to go up. It might even go back up to here. And then it might go back down. You know, it's going to keep doing that stuff. So right now there's no trade in this chart for me because of just where it's at. I mean, see, it just had a massive pullback. But this was my moment right here. This was the moment of gold. I was waiting for it to hit that line and break it. It hit the line, went up, hit the line, went up. Doji got some real indecision, and then boom, boom. I could have won a trend surf here. Boom. If I would have kept going, I could have won all these. You know, would I have kept going? Maybe, because I would have seen this just getting lower and lower, and I would have stopped probably right around this level. Because this is that line that I found from back there. I don't know what I would have done, really. But at this point, we know it's going to go up to this line, most likely, because this is a major line, and the buyers are in control. So you could take a 1 minute call right here, and it would probably go straight up to that line. It's about to double cross out of there. Probably going to go all the way up to, like I said, up to here, maybe up to here. It's probably going to go somewhere up to right around here, and then get stuck. It would surprise me if it went all the way up, you know, but as I think we've got plenty of down pressure in this chart. In fact, a 5 minute put right here would probably be pretty nice. Even though we've got up pressure, we know it's hit that line, and it's probably not going to go above that line. That's a strong line that we've established from way back. But then again, if you look at this big long term, what could happen in this chart, and this could happen too, comes down here, hits that, comes down and hits that, breaks through that big floor that we were waiting for, hits the next floor, and then just goes way back up here. I mean, you don't really know. You can only take moments of thought in this. It's 89% now anyway, and it's Friday. So what have I done? I've traded through the week. I've won every day that I've traded this week. And yeah, I had a tough day on December 8th. That was yesterday. It's because I got a little bit sidetracked. But if you like this video, if you like the challenge, check out MusicCityTrader.com. My new book will be coming out probably in the beginning, sometime in the beginning of 2023. It's going to outline all the strategies. And then this chart that I'm working on will be available. I'm trying to make it down to day 150 right now. Close to breaking 1,000 in the account, which will be a good milestone for me. It's been a while since I've done that. But the overall account will be break over 1,000 by next week, and then it kind of starts to accumulate pretty quick. So I'm kind of excited going into the end of December here, just winning. But I got to keep my focus, and I can't get tunnel vision, and I can't make bad trades or just get emotional. That's the key. All right, guys. Thanks. I'll see you on the next video.